Well, good evening. We are back once again with our Double Booked Co. Etsy live sneak peek of
Mhm.
all the products that we are going to be dropping tomorrow, which is September 6th, 2023. Um, as always, before we jump into our new products, we want to give a little update on book club stuff in case
Mhm.
you are not going to be joining us with our reading sprints, which will follow this live stream. But I'm going to go ahead and let Laura take over and tell us about the book that we are reading in September, and then the books that we are going to set up a poll for October.
Yeah. So for September, our winner by a whopping one vote, hi Andy, was The Spy-Mistress by Jennifer Chiaverini. It's based on a real person set in Civil War, American Civil War. So that should be good, hopefully. And now for October, we have three choices. I believe two of them are Andy's picks, if I'm not wrong. So, Andy, you're representing hard this month. Okay, so number one is The Book of Speculation by Erica Swyler. I will say that it's got a newer cover that seems to be everywhere. That's the original cover right there, but the new one has like boats and ships and stuff on it. So, and it's like all blue. It's a very different look. So, it's the same book. Don't get confused. Um, Anyways, here's the description of the Book of Speculation. Simon Watson, a young librarian, lives alone in a house that is slowly crumbling towards the Long Island Sound. His parents are long dead. His mother, a circus mermaid who made her living by holding her breath, drowned in the very water his house overlooks. His younger sister Enola ran off 6 years ago and now reads tarot cards for a traveling carnival. One June day, an old book arrives on Simon's doorstep, sent by an antiquarian bookseller who purchased it on speculation. Fragile and water damaged, the book is a log from the owner of a traveling carnival in the 1700s who reports strange and magical things, including the drowning death of a circus mermaid. Since then, generations of mermaids in Simon's family have drowned, always on July 24th, which is only a few weeks away. As his friend Alice looks on with alarm, Simon becomes increasingly worried about his sister. Could there be a curse on Simon's family? What does it have to do with the book? And can he get to the heart of the mystery in time to save Enola? In the tradition of Sarah Gruen's Water for Elephants, Aaron Morgenstern's The Night Circus, and Elizabeth Kostova's the Historian, the Book of Speculation, with two-color illustrations by the author, is Erica Swyler's moving debut about the power of books, family, and magic. And this is roughly 350 pages. So that is option one. And then the other one, which I think is Andy's option, is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. As one of the few witches in Britain, Micah Moon knows she has to hide her magic, keep her head down, and stay away from other witches so their powers don't mingle and draw attention. And as an orphan who lost her parents at a young age and was raised by strangers, she's used to being alone and she follows the rules with one exception, an online account where she posts videos pretending to be a witch. She thinks no one will take it seriously, but someone does. An unexpected message arrives, begging her to travel to the remote and mysterious Nowhere House to teach three young witches how to control their magic. It breaks all of the rules, but Micah goes anyway and is immediately tangled up in the lives and secrets of not only her three charges, but also an absent archaeologist, a retired actor, two long suffering caretakers, and Jamie. The handsome and prickly librarian of Nowhere House would do anything to protect the children, and as far as he's concerned, a stranger like Mika is a threat, an irritatingly appealing threat. As she begins to find her place at Nowhere House, the thought of belonging somewhere else feels like a real possibility. But magic isn't the only danger in the world, and when peril comes knocking at their door, Micah will need to decide whether to risk everything to protect a found family she didn't know she was looking for. So, there we go. A warm and uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. This is the start to a series. The second book just came out recently. I don't think it was meant to be a series at first, but this is 320 pages roughly, this one. And our last book we are bringing back from last year because Dan and I both want to read it still. This is The Physic Book of Deliverance, Dane by Catherine Howe. Harvard graduate student Connie Goodwin needs to spend her summer doing research for her doctoral dissertation. But when her mother asks her to handle the sale of Connie's grandmother's abandoned home near Salem, she can't refuse. As she is drawn deeper into the mysteries of the family house, Connie discovers an ancient key within a 17th century Bible. The key contains a yellowing fragment of parchment with a name written upon it, Deliverance Dane. This discovery launches Connie on a quest to find out who this woman was and to unearth a rare artifact of this singular power, a physic book, its pages a secret repository for lost knowledge. As the pieces of Deliverance's harrowing story begin to fall into place, Connie is haunted by visions of the long-ago witch trials, and she begins to fear that she is more tied to Salem's dark past than she could have ever imagined. Written with astonishing conviction and grace, the Physic Book of Deliverance Dane travels seamlessly between the witch trials of the 1690s and a modern woman's story of mystery, intrigue, and revelation. And this guy is 370 pages. So there we go.
Very nice. So like she mentioned before, we have September, which we are reading The Spy-Mistress by Jennifer, did you say Chiaverini? Chiaverini, is that how you say it? Oh, I think we're frozen.
There we go.
Anywho.
Yeah, we blacked out. But you can vote in the comment section with the poll.
Yes.
And we will let you know. Do you know it in 2 weeks, or do you want to just announce it on our live show in 3 weeks? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll announce it in the live discussion of the September book.
Yeah. Okay, so that'll be on the 26th then of September.
Okay.
So there we go. 3 kind of spooky picks for October.
Awesome. It looks like Jessica's jumped in here. Hello. Oh, good.
Nice.
That's okay.
That's okay. No.
You're ahead of the game if it gets picked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that last one, I mean, I picked up at a thrift store and Laura happened to have it. And so that's why we keep putting it up there. Kim's here as well. Hi, Kim. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump into our new products for September. We are still continuing on our once a month drops. So if you're coming to us to see September, this is going to be all through September. So these are the items that we're going to be dropping tomorrow, which is Wednesday, the 6th of September. And then we'll come back on the first Tuesday of October for some more new products. Now, before we get into the actual new products, we do have some housekeeping stuff. So we have been kind of tossing around some ideas about how to save our customers some money on shipping cost for their bookmarks. With bookmarks, the cost of shipping them is quite high in some instances due to the fact that it includes tracking. And Etsy, when we first started our business, kind of put out a disclaimer saying we have to put tracking on every package. Well, in the last 2 years of being Etsy customers, Laura and I have gotten several packages that do not have tracking on them. So we are going to try to push the savings out to you, whilst also trying to save the environment and our pockets from extra costs that we might not need necessarily for bookmarks. So what you will see moving forward, or may not see, and I'll kind of get into that, is in order to keep the savings down, the shipping costs down, what we're going to do is we're going to start sending any bookmarks 4 and under. So if you purchase 4 bookmarks and under, we are going to be sending it in a standard first class mail envelope that will have no tracking on it. Okay. Any more than 4 bookmarks, will fall into a weight class that won't allow an easy, stamping envelope kind of mail. So that will continue on the regular route of the envelopes that you've seen from us before with the tracking. And what the cost to you is going to be is $1 and then 25 cents for every additional bookmark. And that's just to cover the cost of the weight difference. And if you've been a customer with us before, you know that we usually put a bunch of other things in there that we're going to really bring down quite a bit. So you're going to see a few different things are going to be condensed, and you may not see certain things that you've seen before. Most of it we are going to try to keep the same because obviously we really enjoy the little extras, if you know what I'm talking about, and the personal touch that we have in our shipping packages. So we're going to continue as much of that as we can, but obviously we want to also make sure that, for instance, if you're buying one bookmark, that you're not paying the same amount for shipping. We've had a real issue with that with Etsy since the beginning. We don't think it's right. We think that's kind of unfair to you as a customer to have to pay that much in shipping. But unfortunately, it wouldn't make sense for us to cover that cost, considering we would be basically paying you to take a bookmark off of our hands. So we kind of are going to see how this loophole works and see if we can curtail some of those shipping costs for the lighter packages, like I said, for bookmarks and under. If you have any that go above that, it'll be regular shipping costs, because by the time that you do the dollar plus the 25 cents per, it's just going to be the same cost and weight as the regular packages that would include tracking. I know I like tracking on my stuff, so we'll just kind of push it into that. So you may see a difference in your shipping costs if you are buying fewer bookmarks. Otherwise, everything else stays the same. You may see difference in packaging, but other than that, we just wanted to kind of let you know. So if all of a sudden you realize that you received a package but you didn't see the tracking, that's what that is. Or if you see that it's a different kind of package. But just wanted to make sure that we are keeping those things up to date. We don't want to charge you any more than you should be, nor do we want to have to, make you pay for shipping that could be less, because with less shipping, you can get more bookmarks. So anywho, that's all the housekeeping that we really have. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to mention, and you may see this or you may not, but we have also decided that the first week after a launch, after a drop, all the bookmarks in that drop will be 20% off. So it is really good for you all who are here watching this video, because we don't really advertise it. It's more or less for kind of a benefit for the people who have come and seen the sneak peek, and for anyone who knows that we drop on a monthly basis. Any of the bookmarks that we are selling at that time, at that drop, will be 20% off for the first week that they have been dropped. So that's a little special surprise for you all. So if you're interested in any of the new bookmarks, the first week is definitely the time that you want to get those ordered. So anywho, let's go ahead and see what we have for this month. And we have quite a few collections that I'm excited about. Some that we've already seen before, but in a different way. And as we're ramping up to Christmas, yes, I said Christmas, we're trying to get a lot of different things out there for you so that you have options as you are doing your holiday shopping. So let's go ahead and jump right on in. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I share my screen first. I literally almost just went over there and didn't even share a screen. So let's jump in here. Okay. So the first collection that we have is this fall bookshelves. So you can see, and I apologize, I had to take my pictures in a different location, and the lighting was just terrible. So some of them kind of look a little dark. But this is a really great collection of bookshelf books. I love seeing all the different things. So depending on the cut line, you may see different things on your shelves. And that is paired with a backing of like a forest green that has little stars in those diamonds, or those rhombuses if you watch Sesame Street. But very nice new bookmark to add to our bookish bookmarks. As we all know, we love those bookish bookmarks. Next, we have our donut and popsicle collection. And you'll see I kind of displayed these a little bit different. So this is not 6 different bookmarks. This is 3 different bookmarks, but I included their opposite side in the cover photo. So we actually have 3 different bookmarks. We have this first one, which is the popsicles with a white backing. And then that back of the bookmark are some pink donuts, which I love. I love donuts. Like, I'm not a big sweets person, but donuts are my Achilles heel. I will eat an entire baker's dozen and a half of donuts. I could just sit and eat donuts all day.
Me too. It's a problem.
So we definitely love this collection. In the center there, we have really delicious looking donuts. And that backside is like confetti, like stars and different little confettis. And then there are little unicorns in there. So very faintly, you can see it in this picture, but it's very nice. And I apologize about the lighting, but very, very vibrant, bright bookmarks. I don't know if you can see as I'm showing you here, but very, very bright. And then the last one there are different kind of like popsicles, dilly bar looking kind of popsicles with a kind of ombre looking pink and white backing. Really like this collection, and it pairs really well with our next collection, which is our unicorn and rainbow collection. And again, I did the same thing here. It is 3 different bookmarks, but I included their backing in the photo. So you'll see in this next slide here that we have the dark purple with the unicorns and rainbows, and that has rainbow hearts on the back on a white backing. Again, I apologize about the lighting. And then we have like a hot pink with unicorns kind of prancing through the middle, and that backing is a light pink with polka dots. And then the last one is more of like a cartoonish unicorn, and that is like a light purple, and then the backing with purple on purple dots. So really love these 2. I know it's September. It seems kind of silly, like how does this play into September? But quite frankly, they're just super cute bookmarks that we needed to get to you all, because it's important to have fun bookmarks any time of year. Next, we have a collection or a line of different minis. So we're going to be introducing 4 different sets of minis. Now, you know, we've had like our regular grab and go minis, which are just like anything in our collection. We also have like Christmas minis, and we have our Alice in Wonderland and Valentine's Day. Well, we have a bunch more that are more condensed, so that in case you do really like specific kinds of bookmarks, you have the opportunity to get 6 of them for $5. So the first collection is our autumn or fall collection. So if you're looking for a really great gift for fall, or you're really into fall and you're getting into those cozy reads this season, we do have our minis that will include 6 of our fall bookmarks. So it'll be collected at random. If you have preferences, you can certainly let us know. We can see what we can do for you. So what you see here isn't necessarily what you will receive, but it'll be amongst our fall bookmarks. So you'll receive 6 fall mini bookmarks for $5. The next is any of our coffee and tea bookmarks. So if you're a really big like coffee and tea drinker, or say for instance you meet with a couple of friends at a coffee shop and you guys talk about books, perfect gift, little mini bookmarks. They're all going to be coffee and tea related. Again, not necessarily these 6, but it'll be 6 of our coffee and tea themed bookmarks. I love these bookmarks, especially the retro ones, which are on the far right there. Those are my favorite ones. They're just so cool. But just something fun for you to bring home. Then we also have our vintage bookmarks. So again, 6 of our vintage bookmarks. Perfect timing for Victober coming up here in October. Victober is in October, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. For a second there, I all of a sudden was like, wait, am I misspeaking? And I'm like, no, it's October.
Nope.
In perfect time for that. So you can get ready, get your vintage bookmark minis in all of your Victober reads. And again, they'll be at random. So you can see some have a little bit of color, some have foil. It'll just depend on the grab that I happen to do that day. So again, if you have any preferences, simply let us know. And right around the corner, we do have Halloween coming up. So, if you're thinking you want to do something fun for trick-or-treat bags, or maybe you have some kiddos in your life, or maybe students. I know we did have a teacher last year request Halloween minis, and she was able to give those to all of her students for Halloween, which was super fun. So again, these will be at random, not necessarily what you see here, but they will be 6 of our Halloween minis for $5. We have 2 more items that we're going to be dropping in the shop tomorrow. We will be doing some more different kind of mystery bags. So you'll see that this is blank at the time, but we're going to be doing some back to school or teacher appreciation or student bags. So you can see these bags will come with a book of your choice, and the genres will be listed in the listing. So we'll probably do like mystery, thriller, romance, and literary fiction, as well as nonfiction we usually put for the mystery bags. And then you'll have one of our back to school bookmarks with a tassel will be included in that. You can either get the big or small mystery bags, and the designs that will go for those bags include some for teacher. So we have messy buns, library runs, coffee mugs, and little hugs, #teacher life. I think that's really fun for those teachers that are running on empty sometimes. We have this really nice teacher life stack of books. Best teacher. I love my students, which I don't know how many teachers want that on a bag, but you never know. And then this one I just love because I have a degree in English. It's near and dear to my heart. English teachers are lit. And that's super clever. And then finally, we have our terrific, energetic, amazing, caring, hardworking, enthusiastic, reliable teacher. So if you're looking for any teacher gifts, beginning of the year or teacher appreciation, or just any time of the year, maybe they just need a little bit of some love from your students, that is a great way to share that. But we also have some of our little readers or big readers who like to have mystery bags as well. I can say if you're looking at like the senior, I can probably do all of that. So I could probably do freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. So if you aren't necessarily looking to give a bag to a senior, but you have another grade level, we could do that. If you're thinking of like even other grades, just let me know. I can show you what I have available. I just can't put, 70 different designs out on the internet. So, but we do have quite a few available if you're interested. But we have readers are leaders, no homework please, readers gonna read, and readers are made not born, class of 2024. So it's super fun if you're looking for any little gifts, or maybe your child needs a little pep in their step and they're a reader. So lastly, we have Halloween bags. So again, blank bag, you're going to have an option for a certain design, but this will include either our thrillers, mysteries, or nonfiction reads. And then you will receive one of our Halloween bookmarks. It may not necessarily be one of these 3. It'll just be selected at random. It'll be one of our regular size bookmarks with tassel in there with your mystery book. And then the designs available for that are here. This first one is my favorite. My book club is full of whiny witches. I love that. I know it doesn't really apply to our book club because I don't think any of us are drinking wine while we're doing anything, but it's super fun. And then we just have a few other things. Happy Halloween. We have some different faces, spider, and of course we had to have a gnome in there. Yeah, you can't not. So those are all of the items that we will be sharing in our Etsy drop tomorrow, and I usually get it up by 10 a.m. Just depends on my availability, but that'll be there for you tomorrow morning at some point. And again, any of the bookmark collections that we just showed you, they'll all be 20% off for the first week that we have them up. So any questions? I don't think I see anything so far. I hope everyone was able to see that. Anything you wanted to add, Laura? I know when I do the new products, I'm just like, I just keep talking and I can't see you. So I don't know if you're like,
Nope. I'm just like a frozen smile the whole time because I'm just watching everything that's coming up on the screen. No, everything looks really nice. I mean, I really hope our new shipping works for you guys, and that we don't get in trouble and nothing gets lost for you. But really, we just wanted to try and help you guys out because it's crazy what that requirement of tracking does to shipping with a product like ours, which is lightweight. And a lot of other shops on Etsy have the same issue too, So we're trying to hopefully get around that semi-legally, not really, but I hope you guys like, and everything gets there just fine and all that stuff. So yeah.
And I mean, we do have business talks, Laura and I, about how to better certain things, and we've had a lot of concern with Etsy's charging certain things. So I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in the near future or sometime next year, you may see us transition to a different platform, just because from what we've seen, we're really getting nickel and dimed hard with all of the fees. And I mean, Etsy takes a lot. Sometimes there have been some times where we have sent out products and we've actually lost money on it. As in, we basically paid that person to take it off of our hands because of the amount of fees that Etsy puts on their sellers. And I realize now that is why so many things on Etsy seem a little bit more expensive. And it's because the seller is forced to put in those costs into their product. And a lot of times the product doesn't really allow a lot of wiggle room for that. But as business women, we can't pay you to take our products. So we're trying to figure it out. We're trying to help you. Obviously, we try to keep our costs low because we want to provide you great products for a low cost. Our books are pretty reasonable and if not pretty inexpensive. But again, like I said, sometimes we're literally sending those people books and we're paying them to take them because of shipping costs and because of Etsy taking a lot of the money from that sale. So anywho, not to burden you with that, but just to let you kind of know what our thought process is when we try to change things up a little bit. But anywho, it is 8:30, so we are going to be jumping over to our reading sprints. If you're going to be joining us, we will be reading The Spy-Mistress by Jennifer
Chiaverini.
Chiaverini.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna jump over there. We'll see you there. If not, you all have a wonderful evening, and it was a pleasure to have you with us tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.